I was so excited when I heard Bad Boys Ride or Die was coming out. I love this franchise, and this one did not let me down. This might actually be my favorite in the franchise. There's only a handful of franchises that I feel like get better as they go along, and this is definitely one of them. This had me laughing, it had me on the edge of my seat with excitement, it had me wincing a couple times. I mean, this gave me everything I wanted in Bad Boys. Everything we've come to love with the crazy gunfights and the fast car chases and the impeccably timed comedy between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, absolutely awesome in here. Which, speaking of Will Smith, I really want you to let me know in the comments, has recent events affected your viewpoint on this movie or maybe swayed you from not seeing it? Just a curiosity. So in this one, it looks like Mike and Marcus have found out the captain has been framed for being part of the cartel. I mean, he's already been killed in the last movie, but they want to upkeep his legacy, right? I mean, we don't want to drag the guy through the dirt, and you know, they're trying to do their best to prevent that from happening. But in doing so, they've also got themselves in some hot water, and now they're running from the law themselves, so they have to clear everything up to clear their own name as well as the captain's. And the great thing about this movie is character development. Marcus and Mike, Larry, I mean, they are not spring chickens anymore. All right, it's been a long time since the first movie came out. They're getting older. They can't do what they used to do, and it's showing in the movie. I mean, as a matter of fact, Mike is actually settling down, getting married, and he's become the calm one. Normally, he's like the crazy gung-ho, just jump out from behind a wall, guns a-blazing, and, you know, throws all caution to the wind. Meanwhile, Marcus is trying to be the cautious one and talk him off the ledge, so to speak, and, you know, the voice of reason. In this one, the roles have reversed, right? So now Mike is having this calm down moment, okay? I'm not the hothead cop I used to be. And Marcus is like, you know what? We got nothing to lose. Let's just go at it. And Mike's the one going, whoa, Marcus, you know, slow it down. So that's an interesting change of pace, but you realize that Marcus is like that now because he's got his own health issues. So he's trying to prove, I guess, that he can still do what he did. And he's got some other issues going on. I won't spoil everything for this movie, but it was fun. I love what they're doing in their personal life and how it affects them as cops. But at the same time, they're still trying to take care of their own and making sure their captain isn't remembered as some kind of criminal. Now, although the previous three had me laughing quite a bit, I want to say the first one was probably the funniest up to this point. This one had me laughing just as much, if not maybe a little bit more. I love the comedic tone that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have together. The chemistry is perfect. Oh, and Marcus with his Skittles. Oh my goodness. The Skittles in this movie. You'll understand. You'll understand. If you see Marcus and the Skittles, dude, he had me on the floor laughing. But you know who also impressed me in this movie? Reggie. You remember Reggie, the quiet guy who they picked on, tried dating Marcus's daughter for the first time? Oh. He has his moment. I look at Reggie at a whole new light now. Reggie, he earns his keep in this. He has a scene, a good scene too, that even Mike and Marcus are looking at just going, ooh, but it's, ooh. You know, he's just that shock and awe factor. I mean, Reggie, I wasn't expecting this. I was not ready for Reggie. This movie had me invested from the very beginning. I mean, we're already jumping into some action and the comedy, and you're getting the full Bad Boys effect right from the start. And it carries through the whole movie. There's no drop off. There's no point where I felt it was slowing down. It progressed well. I had fun with it. Now, the scenes, the action scenes, I mean, they're a little more extreme than I think some of the other ones were. Well, I don't know. Some of those were pretty extreme too. I was going to say this is probably the most extreme action that we've seen, but I don't know. Driving a Hummer at a high rate of speed down a hill through drug houses is pretty extreme. But I won't say that this movie was perfect. It does have its issues. Honestly, I can only think of one. All right, it's got one issue. they tried this first-person shooter scene a little bit in here with Mike and Marcus, and it felt disconnected from the rest of the film to me. I understand how they wanted to go about it and throw something different in there, but different sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. I wasn't keen on the scene. Now, maybe you were, and if you were, please let me know. Obviously, everything is perspective and personal opinions, but it didn't work for me. The camera work seemed janky and all over the place, and they tried flipping. I don't know. It looked like two totally different movies. We went from action cop movie to like a video game almost. Like I was watching a first-person shooter video game, but not in a good way. I understand that's probably what they were trying to do, but it didn't come across that way. It felt too disconnected from the rest of the movie. Other than that, I think this movie was fantastic. I had a great time with it. I think most people will, especially if you enjoyed the Bad Boys franchise up to this point. And if you have seen it, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you at the concession stands.